Good morning. I am William Fung. This week is the International Education Week, but learning does not end with education. We all live too old and learn too old, as the Chinese saying goes. I was born overseas, and with 2/3 of my half-century of existence is outside of Canada. I've lived, learned, and worked in different places and cultures. And before returning recently to live and to continue my education at RRU's new DBA program as one of its first guinea pigs, I've visited all continents except Antarctica, mostly through youth hosteling and backpacking. Traveling this way, as well as staying overseas for an extended period, are quite a bit different from staying at hotels or joining package tours. You get to meet the local people as well as fellow travelers. You can learn more about them, appreciate their way of life and of thinking, and understand a bit more about how people, customs, and cultures will turn out the way they are. So, in the spirit of internationalism, I'd like to share with you a little bit about my experience to hopefully illustrate how being open, bold, and kind may help you as you go overseas. So first off, Peru. Most of us who visit Peru will go to Cusco and then see Machu Picchu in the heartland of the Inca Empire. Cusco is over 3,000 feet from sea level and Machu Picchu almost 8,000 feet. If you cannot adjust well, the high altitude sickness may kill you. At first, I was looking for Western medicine to help me acclimatize. But then the locals told me about the mate de coca, or the coca leaf, the coca tea. The coca leaves that makes the tea is the base for making cocaine. So I was naturally worried about the drink. But then I remember the German philosopher Hegel, who wrote, "What's reasonable is real. That which is real is reasonable." There must be a reason why the indigenous people over there would concoct such a brew to combat high altitude sickness. So I simply drank up the tea and took it easy for the first few days. And that worked for me. I suffered no ill effect from the high altitude. So if you allow yourself to be open-minded, you may be surprised by the things that may not agree with you initially or on the surface. Next up, Germany. Among the Europeans, the Germans are renowned for their love of beer. And of course, there is the Oktoberfest, usually held in late September, where beer will flow like river. But as I was heading back to the Munich youth hostel at the end of my day sightseeing in March, I was surprised to see Bavarian youth dressed in traditional clothes in the subway as if going to the Oktoberfest. Curiosity got the better of me, and I asked them what that was about. It turned out, besides the Oktoberfest in autumn, there's the Stark Beer Fest, or Strong Beer Festival, in spring. And they invited me along with them to the Löwenbräu Beer Hall. There, we drank liter after liter of the strong beer, did the chicken dance, and had a great evening. So, being open to possibilities may bring unforeseen opportunities and, hopefully, fond memories. And then we have Thailand. Besides the exotic sights and the beaches as exemplified by Leonardo DiCaprio's movie, Thailand is also famous for its street-sized snacks, which includes insects such as grilled scorpions, deep-fried silkworms, and so on. When I saw them, part of me found them a bit repulsive. But then I saw the locals buy them to eat as they strolled. And then I remember my favorite motto from the German philosopher Nietzsche, who stated, "What does not kill you makes you stronger." If the Thais don't die from eating those insects, perhaps I wouldn't too. So I tried the scorpion and it wasn't much to my liking. But the silkworms taste almost like Rice Krispies and went very well with my beer. So it may take you some courage to get outside your comfort zone, but your bonus may reward you with a fuller life experience. And last but not least, Canada. As mentioned earlier, I was an immigrant, so the English I learned before landing was not the North American variety. I didn't have all my stationery with me in class when I first attended secondary school here. So I turned to a fellow classmate and very politely and innocently asked, "Excuse me, may I borrow a rubber from you?" That caused quite a bit of laughter and giggles in class. I didn't know that you would call it an eraser here, just like you may not know that the word pants actually means underwear elsewhere. So, but then we realized that it was just a case of people divided by a common language. As my classmate gradually accepted me into their fold, I learned not just the meaning of what a rubber here means in North America, but that not everybody in a foreign land is out to harm you or ridicule you, and that with kindness from both sides, mutual acceptance and peaceful coexistence can exist, can be achieved. So I hope that my advice to be open, be bold, and be kind help you if and when you go overseas to foreign places. Once the pandemic is over, let's get out there and see the world. Thank you.